Good morning. How are you? Rise and shine. It's time to wake up. I want to do another video today about anxiety. I've often said that anxiety is my little friend that I keep in my pocket, but I don't want to be my little friend anymore. Some friendships must end, and I would like this friendship with anxiety to end. I had some good responses from the video I did yesterday about anxiety. And it's been on my mind because I don't want to have it anymore. Anxiety was really great and a really great response as a child to keep me safe, and it worked because I'm still here. I'm not dead. So let's take a look at anxiety, and I'm going to share with you how I'm planning to reroute my brain so anxiety is not my little friend anymore. Okay, so let's look at anxiety. One, it's a body's reaction to a perceived dangerous situation, or it may have actually at one point been a dangerous situation. So our heart races, our body becomes heightened in responses, we have quick thoughts, and it's a way to say, hey, act, get to safety. It's like saying someone's intruding into your house, go hide in the corner type of thing. And it works. It works until it doesn't. So it did a good job of keeping me safe. So heightened body awareness in an attempt to keep me safe. So it was a tool I used as a child before I really was even aware of what I was actually doing. So here we are as an adult. And as an adult, my body is still reacting the same way to non-threatening situations. So for example, if as a child, someone broke into my house and I hide in the corner and then I was safe, it would be, which is anxiety, it would be compared to now when people come over to my house, I still go hide in the corner, even though they're not breaking into my house, they are invited guests. So that's how anxiety works in my life now. It doesn't work to keep me safe. It's actually working against me now. So I don't want that. That's why my little friendship needs to end. Okay, so here is what anxiety is now. It's an overreaction to normal, safe situations. And so because of it's a reaction, I'm going to change my actions. So if you've ever read The Power of Habit, which I strongly encourage you to read The Power of Habit, it is such a good book. So in The Power of Habit, it talks about habits and how there's a trigger, a response, and a reward. Trigger, response, reward. So when I am triggered with anxiety, my reward that I want is safety, to feel safety. Well, what my mind has been doing is having the anxiety response, the physical, mental response to whatever that trigger is. So I'm going to retrain my brain that the trigger happens. We can't control the trigger necessarily with anxiety because our mind can perceive a million different things as a threat when they're perfectly safe. So the trigger, we can't eliminate triggers. That's not where we're going to train our brain. And the reward, that's just, the safety that we just know that exists. So where we change the response of anxiety is in our action. So we had trigger, response, reward. So our response is where we're going to change it. So the next time I get a trigger, and try this too, next time you get a trigger, which could be a million different things, and you're triggered because your heart starts racing, your body is like, oh, safety. Don't let it overcome. It's still going to come, but we're going to retrain our brain to say, okay, I'm safe. And here's how I'm going to respond so that I sooner get to that place where my mind's like, okay, you're safe. I don't have to be anxious. So I've decided ahead of time 3 things I'm going to do when I am triggered with anxiety. And these are things that I'm going to be able to do anywhere, no matter what. The first is I'm going to ground myself. I'm literally going to think my feet are tied to the earth. Just instead of, coming out here, it brings me down. So first, I'm going to ground. Second, I'm just going to breathe. And I like to do what I learned as an energy codes facilitator, which I can teach this to you, is where you're breathing from up, like heavenly breath down through the middle of your body and out through your core. And when I do that, like it sends new energy into me rather than the anxious energy that's reacting. Okay. So I ground, I'm going to breathe, and I may, if I need to, just close my eyes and bring myself back into my body, kind of like reclaim it so it's not flying off into oblivion in this anxiety attack. I don't want an attack. I just want the trigger of anxiety. My response is going to be to ground, to breathe, and if I need to, close my eyes for a minute, just to bring my body back into my control. And then hopefully I still get the response of the reward, which is safety. I have no doubt that this is going to work because I'm not in dangerous situations. It's detrimental when we're still hiding in the corner, missing the party. That's what anxiety is doing for me. So anxiety was useful as a child to keep me safe, and it worked. But it's no longer useful as an adult. I'm safe. We're safe. So I'm going to retrain my brain. Little tip for you on how to try it too. And we'll still feel safe and more joy and more engagement because we're not hiding in the corner. All right. I love you.